Hey guys, what's up? Abomination9 here, back playing some more Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Links. It's been a while since we played. The last time was when we opened up the last set, which had the vampires. What else was in that set? All I really remember from that set was the vampires. Like, I remember nothing else. But Gaia Genesis came out the other day, which I've been holding off on doing an opening of this set, but, you know, here we are. I can't hold off on it forever. We got 2,733 gems, so we can get a few packs. Let's see if we have. Oh, I don't want to click on that. Definitely did not want to click on that. Okay, we do get free play blessings here. All three. Well, that's not too bad. Though, before we even start, Tristan's back. I don't typically do this. I don't sit here and talk about Yu-Gi-Oh news for like 20 hours like most Yu-Gi-Oh channels, because my channel isn't a Yu-Gi-Oh channel. But Tristan's back. How many times has he been back? Over and over again, and he still isn't a playable character. And once again, he's back, and he's still not a playable character. Why, Konami? Why? Just let me play as Tristan. Come on. Like, are we gonna get 5 Ds before freaking Tristan's a playable character? Someone who's from the very first game? We have all these GX characters, and we still don't have Tristan. That's ridiculous. Also, I'm gonna complain about this too. One of his rewards is this stupid gorilla, which the gorilla was in the last Tristan event. I don't know if it was in the ones before that, but this was in the last event, which is and they brought it back. The only reason it's a problem is because in Monster World, the last event that's already gone away, all that's left is spending your gems and whatnot and coins. It was here too. It was literally in the last event that just ended yesterday, and they still decided, oh, let's double down on this stupid gorilla. No, Konami, are you trying to commit seppuku? Like, enough with this garbage. But yeah, enough ranting about that. Don't typically do that, but we're going in. So we got so many archetypes in Gaia Genesis. We got mermails, we got your slam jams, we got, for some reason, Sangans in here, finally. Got some more snowman stuff. Was it ice counters? I guess it's not for ice counters, but... Oh, the Lantean stuff, the Aqua Actress stuff. So many archetypes. There's some more ice barrier support in here. Place all over the place. Koaki archetype. There's like 8,000 archetypes in here, plus support for older archetypes. It's pretty crazy. There's still heroes showing up. Like, what? Really? We still have heroes being added? Which I just find ridiculous. For some reason we have acts of garbage. But we got Drowning Mirror Force. That's pretty good in this set. So, I don't know. I kind of want the Slam Jams just so I could play the Come On and Slam song. But I want the Mermail cards, I believe. Maybe Aqua Actress, just because it's probably like the least... like one of the least played archetypes in this box, so I don't know anything about it. Maybe it's actually really good, but I would assume Mermails and UAs are going to be the top cards in this box, and not necessarily Aqua Actress or the Koaki. So yeah, going in full force, 500 gems. I'll probably try to spend all of them in this one. I'll try to make... Whoa! Right off the bat, triples and a wink and explosion. Give me that Yugi face too. Oh, psychedelic Yugi face? No Yugi face, but that, like, really an ultra in the very first pack, Konami? Could it be? Hit me with that boy. Elemental Hero Mudball. Man, I should have read that, but I think he doesn't have any effects. It's just he's a fusion of Clayman and one of the other ones. Thousand Eyes Jellyfish. It's a huge defense, but it's a 1 cost. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned except by tributing 1 Ocean's Keeper. You must play with your hand revealed? Why? Oh, your opponent. Okay, I was about to say. It's already a 1 cost with no attack whatsoever. So it better be your opponent that can't, that has to reveal their hand, not you. Alright, so what is this ultra? Give me the boy. Oh, thanks, Konami. You tricked me. It was just an Atlantean marksman, which I'm fine with. Maybe the Atlanteans are pretty cool because you can get one from the card trader, I think. So they kind of had the archetypes sitting there in hibernation for a while. And now it's finally been woken up. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Atlantean Sea Serpent type monster from your deck, except the Atlantean Marksman. When this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, target one set card your opponent controls, destroy that target. Single Karib, so we got some garbage here. Shock Troops of the Ice Barrier. You can tribute this card to select one face-up water monster on the field, destroy it, and add 1 Ice Barrier monster from your deck to your hand. Clay Charge. When an elemental hero Clayman you control is targeted for an attack, even if it is face down, but reveal it to your opponent. In that case, destroy the attacking monster. That elemental hero Clayman, that attacking monster, and that elemental hero Clayman, and inflict 800 points to your opponent. Oh yeah, more Cloudian support, by the way. Again, so many old archetypes being, like, getting more support in this box, on top of, like, the 20 new archetypes that are inside of it. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. This card is in a face-up defensive position. Destroy it. When you normal summon this card, place 1 fall counter on it. For each Cloudian monster on the field, you can remove 2 fall counters from this card to destroy 1 spell or trap. Alright, triples. No glints. Oh, skip. There's a skip button if we just don't even want to deal with it, which I'm not going to do. Core Blaster, equipped only to a Koaki Meru monster. If it battles a light or dark monster, destroy that monster without applying damage calculations. When the equipped monster is removed from the field and this card is sent to the graveyard, you can return this card to your hand. Okay, so what? Just kill any light or dark that your Koaki monsters come in contact with. For free. And there's no negative to that. What? A Metabo Shark? Okay, it's a fish 1800, so we got some fish support there. When this card is normal summon, you can target 2 fish type monsters in your graveyard, shuffle those targets into your deck. Meh. General Raiho of the Ice Barrier. When an effect resolves that was activated by an effect monster that was on your opponent's side of the field, they must discard 1 card or the effect is negated. Their choice. And that is anytime. It does not have a limit, so you can constantly make them discard cards, which hurts for hires, kind of. Core Transport Unit, because it could be I forgot his name. I haven't played Friars in so long. The one that kills your monsters. Like, to kill one of your monsters, they also have to discard a card, though they kind of want to discard cards sometimes if they run the card that revives the for hire from the graveyard. So if they don't have that card, it's actually kind of harming. Though they play Beat first, and they have to play Procket's Effect, Grab, Big Boy, and then that they're discarding a card for that, then they have to play the Big Boy, which is probably being procced from an effect, so that's another card in the graveyard, and they might just run out of cards before they can even get the steam rolling, so it could be something that's advantageous. Core Transport Unit, once per turn, you can discard 1 card to add 1 Iron Core of Kawaki Meru from your deck to your hand. Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness. That is an okay card, because it's a no-cost 18 Sea Serpent. Actually, it's not too bad, because I kind of like Sea Serpents. Kawaki Meru Ice. A very ice... I was going to say ice-crept. A power-crept monster, because it's 19 free. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send 1 Iron Core of Kawaki Meru from your hand to the graveyard, or reveal 1 continuous card in your hand. That's it. Just reveal a continuous spell card in your hand, and that's it, because you can just keep revealing the same continuous. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to destroy 1 special summon monster on the field, seriously. And that's not once per turn, that's just send a card, destroy a special summon. Again, screwing over for hires. Shock Trips with Ice Barrier, Bubble Shuffle. It's an instant. Or, yeah. Target one face up, attack position, Elemental Hero Bubble Man. You control in one face up attack position monster your opponent controls. Change both those targets to defensive position, then tribute the Elemental Hero Bubble Man, then special summon one Elemental Hero monster from your hand. That's so weird. Change your Bubble Man to defense position even though you're going to tribute it anyways. Like, what's the point of sending him to defensive if he's going to be tributed off anyways? I don't know, that's weird. But yeah, put theirs into defense, then you summon one of yours, which you could have Elemental Hero Neos or someone like that who's actually like a tribute summoned monster. So that's not too bad, honestly. Giga Stone Omega, 1 cost, 23 defense. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only be special summoned by removing from play 2 or as monsters from your graveyard. When this face-up card you control is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Triple Kareebs. Oh, Psychedelic Glints. Still no Yugi face. It's a trap. What? Mirror Force. It can either be this, whatever the heck this is, or Mirror Force. Everyone get your hopes up for Mirror Force. Core Compression. Reveal 1 Iron Core of Koa Kiameru in your hand and discard 1 Koa Kiameru monster to activate this card. Draw 2 cards. So, reveal a Meru and discard a Meru to get 2 cards. Meh. Clay Charge again. And it was, in fact, Drowning Mirror Force. That's pretty good. When an opponent monster declares a direct attack, shuffle all attack position monsters your opponent controls into the deck. Not bad. Obviously, Mirror Force, I think, is destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls, whereas this is just shuffle them to the deck, which might as well be the same thing. Ocean's Keeper. During battle between this attacking card and a defensive position monster whose defense is lower, inflict difference as battle damage. When this card is destroyed by battle, add 1,000 eyes jellyfish or 1 cranium fish from your deck to your hand. So you have these weird fish archetypes here that combo. So you can kind of say this is an archetype as well, even though they don't actually have a name to go along with them. They combo off each other. 1,000 eyes again. Koaki Ameru, a power hand. They no cost 21. What? During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send 1 Iron Core of Koaki Meru from your hand to the graveyard, or reveal 1 normal trap card in your hand. See, it's like, what? A free 21, but show your opponent that you have a trap in your hand. It's basically, okay, one of your cards you can't use, it's a 2 cost at that point, but still, 21 for free? That's pretty crazy. If this card battles a light or dark, any of that monster's effects that activate or apply on the field are negated during that battle phase while this card remains on the field. So they're very anti-dark and light, I guess. They are machines, because looking at, or at least this one's a machine. For Blaster, Koaki Ameru, Sea Panther. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send 1 Iron Core of Kawaki Meru. I'm tired of saying that, the frick name. You send 1 Iron Core from your hand to the graveyard or reveal 1 water monster in your hand. Once per turn, you can send 1 Iron Core from your hand to the graveyard to return 1 spell card from your graveyard to the top of your deck. And Doki Doki! You can discard, which is weird, as the name is this. You can discard 1 rock-type monster, special summon from your deck 1 rock-type monster that has the same attribute, same original attribute and level as that monster in face-up attack position or face-down defense position. You can only use this effect of Doki Doki once per turn. So, this Doki Doki thing kind of combos well with magnets, I would assume, because that's the first thing that comes to mind, because I actually have a magnet deck that I've been using. And I actually have it on Yu-Gi right now. And Doki Doki kind of works for that. So have a Magnet Warrior on the field, get out Delta by discarding one of your magnets. Or I guess you don't even need a magnet on the field. Discard one of your magnets to get Delta on the field. Delta then discards another card to the field, to the graveyard. So you have 2 in there. So you're almost set for your Delta play. So it's not too bad, because then you can just Doki Doki out another Delta, or I don't know the other one's name. Is it Beta? I don't think it's Beta, but there's another one in there that maybe it's Omega. There's another Magnet that does some crazy stuff. So yeah, not too bad. Also, again, the name's weird because I don't know if it's onomatopoeia. It's the thing in language where it's like just like gibberish, but like gibberish given meaning. So Doki Doki is like your heart beating fast, basically. Core Blaster, Bubble Blaster. You can only equip this card to an Elemental Hero Bubble Man, increase the attack of the equipped monster by 800 points. If the equipped monster will be destroyed as a result of battle, destroy this card instead and make the battle damage to the controller of the equipped monster 0. So Bubble Man's attack, I think, is 800 already, so this makes him a 1600, which isn't a lot. That's still not really good enough. And a Negaton Core Panel. Activate only if you control a face-up Meru monster and have Iron Core in your graveyard. Negate the activation of an effect monster's effect and destroy it. Okay, that is a counter trap card. And that's not too bad. Kills for hires and vampires, because vampires are very effect heavy. Same thing that kills for hires kills vampires and vice versa. Thousand Eyes Jelly, Aqua Actress Guppy. Once per turn, you can spell summon one Aqua Actress monster from your hand. Oh, there we go. We're finally getting some of the Mermail in there. Mermail Abysshalde. This card is sent to the graveyard. You can special summon one Mermail monster from your hand, except for Mermail Abysshalde. You can only use the effect of Mermail Abysshalde once per turn. So we're going to get all the Mermail waifus, hopefully, and husbandos, I guess. We got one of those Mermails. At least we got Running Mirror Force. Atlanteans, Marksmans, Garbage. Well, I guess not the Garbage. We already have a playset of Thousand Eye Jellyfish and a playset of Core Blasters. Out of that. Going in for another 500. Mermail Abyss Balian. Pretty strong, but it's a 2 cost. You can discard 4 other Mermails. Look at the text on this. Mermail monsters to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. When you do, target cards your opponent controls up to the number of Mermail monsters in your graveyard if possible. This card gains 500 attack, and if it does, destroy those targets. If any, you can attribute one other face-up attack position Mermail monster. This card gains the following effects this turn. All at the start of the damage step. If this card battles a defense position monster, destroy that monster. Okay. Koakia Meru Initialize, I mean. Attribute one Meru monster to add 1 Iron Core from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And another Meru Ice. Another Mermail Abyss Belen. Spell Stopping Statue. A statuette. Or statute. For some reason, this word just looks so weird to me. I probably know what it is, but just saying it like this just looks wrong. It's a counter spell. Activate only when your opponent activates a continuous spell card. Negate the activation and the effect of that card and destroy it. Who's running continuous spells? I don't know. Brotherhood of the Fire? Maybe? Negaton Core Panel? Aqua Actress Guppy, Sea Serpent Warrior of Darkness, Meru Crusader. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send 1 Iron Core to the graveyard or reveal a Beast Warrior, which I guess he's a Beast Warrior. So reveal himself. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add 1 Meru card from your graveyard to your hand. Triple Caribs. Up Blue Glints. Still no Yugi face. The Double Trap Hole. If the opponent special summons a monster in defensive position, banish those monsters that were summoned in and currently in defensive position. And depending on the speed of that, you could kill a Wiz. Iron Core Specimen Lab. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you reveal 1 Iron Core. Kawiki Meru, or Koa Ki Meru. in your hand. Each time a Meru monster on the field is destroyed during the end phase, its owner can add one Meru monster from their deck to their hand. And Meru Sandman out of nowhere, was not expecting a super rare. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send one Iron Core from your hand to the graveyard or reveal a rock. God, this stupid beginning nonsense they have on all these cards is annoying to read. During each player's turn, when your opponent activates a trap card, you can tribute this card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Alright, that's not bad. Blue glint on that. Mirror of the Ice Barrier, quick effect. During this turn, each time a card is removed from play from your hand, your side of the field, and or your graveyard by the effect of an opponent's effect monster, if a card in your... removed from play, which would mean Amazonas. If the card in your hand is removed from play, remove from play up to 2 random cards in your opponent's hand. If the card you control is removed from play, remove from play up to 2 cards your opponent controls. If a card in your graveyard is removed from play, remove from play up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard. This second one against Amazonas is disgusting. If a card you control is removed from play, if this actually procs on Amazonas Onslaught, remove from play up to 2 cards your opponent controls. Because that's pretty much, if they have the full board, you know, Princess, Queen, and maybe the one that reflects damage back, plus Amazonas Onslaught. Like literally, they use Amazonas Onslaught against you, and then they lose their Queen and their Amazonas Onslaught, assuming that that's what you got rid of. You would possibly have to get rid of Princess instead. But I don't know, like, the only way you can get rid of Queen is by some sort of effect, so... This is a pretty good card for Ice Barriers, and I really liked Ice Barriers, so... I would appreciate 2 more of these, just so I can, you know, give it to the man, and by man I mean Amazonases. Cyclone Boomerang. Equipped only to an Elemental Hero Wildheart, so much hero support here. It gains 500 attack, which Wildheart has 16 by default, so 21 I think. When the equipped monster is destroyed by battle, or destroyed by a card effect, and sent to the graveyard, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field, and then inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each spell and trap card destroyed by this effect. Abyss skill of the Mizuchi. Equipped only to a Mermaid monster, it gains 800 attack. When a spell effect that was activated on your opponent's side of the field resolves, negate the effect, then send this card to the graveyard. Okay. Creeb, no color. We're gonna be here for like 20 more hours, but we'll shuffle a Meru initialize, and General Raiho again. Bisco of Satis. Equip only to a Mermail monster, it gains 800 attack. When a trap effect that was activated on your opponent's side of the field resolves, negate the effect, then send this card to the graveyard. Yadokaru. It's a pretty old card. When this card is changed from attack position to a defense position, you can place any number of cards from your hand at the bottom of your deck in any order you desire. Meh. Mermail Abyss Lead, yeah. 2 cost 27. You can discard 3 other Wilder monsters to your graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. When you do, you can target 1 Abyss spell or trap card in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. You tribute 1 other face-up attack position Mermail monster. Send 1 random card from your hand, from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Mermail Abyss Lead once per turn. Zone Eater. A monster attacked by this card will be destroyed during the end phase of the 5th turn after the attack. So I've seen someone play this card. One of the, I think, NPCs uses this card, but it's like now we're finally getting it, even though who cares? A monster gets killed 5 turns from now. Like, whoop-de-doo. The Little Swordsman of Ale. Offer 1 monster on your side of the field as a tribute to increase this monster's attack by 700 points until the end of the turn, which is garbage. And Cloudian Acid Rain once again. That is our 2nd Acid Rain, I think. Elemental Hero Mudball Man. Burst return. If you control a Elemental Hero Burstinatrix, return all face-up Elemental Hero monsters on the field to the hand, except Burstinatrix. Iron Core Luster. a counter trap. Reveal one iron core in your hand, negate the activation of your opponent's spell or trap, and destroy it. It's not bad. And single Kribo for nothing. Sea Serpent, Warrior of Darkness, Cyclone Boomerang, and Giga Storm Omega. We got one Koiki Emeru Sandman, and that's the only thing we got out of that. But we did realize that the mirror, the Iron Berries in there, which is pretty cool. Boomerang's okay, but I only have one Wild Heart, so it doesn't do me any good. We got some Abyss Actress cards. We got one of the double trap holes, which is fine. We're running out of gems here, though. We haven't got enough cards to make anything with. We got no Mermills, no UAs. Have we seen a single UA except for like one? The blue glint on that. We've gotten like one UA, I think. Goblin Fan. When a level 2 or lower monster is flip summoned, destroy it. Its effects do not activate at the time. Iron Core. That was a continuous effect. Iron Core Armor. Equip only to a Koiki Meru monster during damage calculations only. Monsters that battle with the equipped monster lose attack equal to the equipped monster's level times 100. If the equipped monster would be destroyed during the end phase, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. That's pretty good. Finally, UA Mighty Slugger. So one cost 23. You can spell summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster you control to the hand. Except UA Mighty Slugger, you can only special summon one UA Mighty Slugger once per turn. This way, this card attacks your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. UA Playmaker, finally. 26 2 cost. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster from you control to the hand. Except UA Playmaker, you can only special summon one UA Playmaker once per turn. When another UA monster you control declares an attack, you can have this card lose exactly 800 attack. If you do, your attacking monster gains 800 attack. Spell stopping Statuette again, or whatever. Aqua Actress Arowana. Once per turn, you can add one Aqua Actress monster from your deck to your hand, and she combos with the Guppy that allows you to special summon another Aqua Actress per turn. So that is not bad. Could you Guppy into Arowana? I would like to know that. Double Trap Hole again, Bubble Blaster, and Sea Panther. Zone either Meru Boulder. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add one Iron Core or a level 4 or lower Meru monster from your deck to your hand, and UA Mighty Slugger. Come on, Konami, I need those ultras. Mermail, Abyssline, Iron Core, immediate disposal. Select and send one Iron Core of Koiki Meru from your deck to the graveyard. So literally just send an Iron Core to the graveyard so you can proc all the other effects that proc when it's in the graveyard. And Meru Ice. Or Compression again, Meru Boulder, and Meru Ice. Come on, Konami, this set literally has 20,000 different archetypes and you're giving me nothing. We have some hieroglyphs on this, and that's it. Ocean's Keeper, Wudon, the resident of the forest. Increase this card's attack by 100 points for every plant monster that is face up on the field, so only 500, including your opponent's monsters if they're running a plant deck as well. Well, 600 because I guess it counts himself. UA Rival Rebounder. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster you control to the hand except himself. You can only special summon one UA Rival Rebounder once per turn. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn or normal summoned, you can special summon one UA monster from your hand or graveyard except UA Rival Rebounder. You only use the effect of UA Rival Rebounder once per turn. Raging Cloudian, more Cloudian support in the form of a trap. Activate only when a Cloudian monster you control is destroyed by its own effect, and send to the graveyard spell summon one of those monsters from your graveyard in attack position and place one fall counter on it. It cannot be changed to defensive position by a card effect. That's not too bad, because I think they die in defense, so that's pretty good. Yadokaru, and Negaton Core Panel. Though I don't think I have enough Cloudians to run a Cloudian deck. You would have to go back to the Cloudian box to do that. For transport unit, Medu Valafar. This guy's strong. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send an Iron Core to the graveyard, or that's it. You have to send an Iron Core to the graveyard. Contribute summon this monster by attributing one Medu monster. This card cannot be destroyed by the effects of traps. During battle between this card, attacking card and defense position monster do piercing battle damage, basically. And Gigastone Omega. Arglist and a little bit of blue tint. Mini Arglist, Boulder, Goblin Fan, and Aqua Actress Tetra. You can add one Aquarium card from your deck to your hand. Okay, I don't think I've seen Aquariums yet. So we got Jack from that one, but we got Arowana and Tetra. Okay, where's Guppy? I want to see. I think this is Guppy. Once per turn, you can special summon one Aqua Actress monster from your hand, and that's her effect. But can Guppy summon a Guppy to then summon an Arowana to flood the field? Is what I want to know. Because that would be interesting. If that's how it would play out, we would have to see. Though I only have 2 Guppies and one Tetra, one Arowana, which is probably going to stay that way because we only have 1,200 gems left, which is 22 packs. Core compression. I kind of just want the Aqua Actress stuff. Just give me the Aqua Actress stuff and I'll be fine. Meadow Powder Hand again, and Aquarium. Here we go. Aquarium set. All water monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense, so that's for all water. So you can use this even if you're not running Aqua Actress. All Aqua Actress monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. So does that mean they gain 600? All waters get 300 plus Aqua Actresses gain 300 on top of that, so 600, which is not too bad since they're pretty weak, though that wouldn't really get them anywhere, but still. This card is sent from the field to the graveyard. You can target one Aqua-type monster in your graveyard to special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Aqua-type monsters. Okay, that card's not bad, though the likelihood of getting another one is probably pretty low. Iron Core of Koa Kiamiru. Finally. During your draw phase, this card is in your graveyard. You can add this card to your hand instead of drawing, or send one Meru monster from your hand to the graveyard to add this card to your hand. Wolf Axe Wielder and Koa Kiamiru Shield. Activate only when your opponent monster declares an attack. If you have 2 or more Iron Cores in your graveyard, destroy all face-up attack position monsters your opponent controls. Mirror Force in the form of Meru Shield. What? That's crazy. They have so much different, like, utility. Urgent Synthesis. Return 1 Iron Core from your graveyard to the deck. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower Meru monster from your hand to the graveyard. Double Trap Hole again, so we have 3 of those. We have playset and Iron Core Luster. Zone either Core Blaster and Meru Ice. You gotta speed this up because we're over half an hour, which takes me about 3 hours. I'm pretty sure at 40 minutes it's going to take me 4 hours to process this video, or edit and process it on my editor, which is going to be annoying. Double Shuffle, Burst Return, Meru Shield. Charge Troops of the Ice Barrier, Wudan, the Resident of the Forest, and Koaki Meru Prototype. The face-up Meru monsters on the field would be destroyed during... If a face-up Meru, it doesn't have to be him. During the end phase, you can destroy this card instead. When a face-up Meru monster on the field is destroyed during the end phase, you can special summon 1 Meru token that is as strong as him. That's pretty good, I think. Shock Troops, Ice Barrier, Double Trap Hole again, Abyss, Squall. Target 3 Mermail monsters in your graveyard. Special summon those targets in face-up defense position. Their effects are negated, and they cannot declare an attack. Destroy them during the end phase. Mermail Abyss Nose. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can discard 1 water monster to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Mermail monster from your deck in face-up defense position. You can only use this effect of Mermail Abyss Nose once per turn. And that said, doesn't say anything specifically, so you could just summon your big boy with that, assuming he can be special summoned. Meru, initialize again, and another Negaton core panel, which we have 8,000 of now. Triple Creep with psychedelics and Yugi Face. Finally, we got a Yugi Face. Meru, initialize Ocean's Keeper, and it is Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Gorilla, which I do not care about. I'm pretty sure he's an old card too. Once per turn, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can set one Fire Formation spell card and directly from your deck. Once per turn, you can send one face-up Fire Formation spell or trap card you control to the graveyard, then target one spell or trap card on the field to destroy that target. And a single Creep. Bubble Illusion, more Bubble. Bubble Man support. You can only activate this card while there's a face-up elemental hero Bubble Man on your side of the field. During this turn, you can activate one trap from your hand. Okay. Interesting. Rage of the Deep Sea. This card gains 500 attack and defense for each fish, sea serpent, or archetype monster in your graveyard. Interesting. Cloudian Atlas. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. This card is in face of a defensive position destroyed. When you normal summon this card, place one fall counter on it. For each Cloudian monster on the field, you can remove 3 fall counters from anywhere on the field to discard one random card from your opponent's hand. So all we got from that was Gorilla, which is terrible. Did we get an Aqua Actress out of that? No, we didn't, which is terrible. We still have 140 packs left. Looks like we're going to have to dive back into this one. Single Creep. 4 Blaster, Little Swordsman of Ale, and Aqua Actress Arowana. Okay, at least we got a second one of her. Bubble Illusion again, Core Blaster, Atlas. Boomerang, Thousand Eyes Jellyfish, Cloudian, Cirrostratus. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is in face-up defense position destroyed, when you normal summon this card, place one fall counter on it. For each Cloudian monster on the field, you can remove 2 fall counters from this card to destroy one monster on the field. Okay. Triple Creeps and Psychedelic Colors. And Yugi Bam. Come on, give it to me, Yugi. Core Blaster, Burst, Return, and Mermail Abyss Strike. Whatever. When this card is normal or special summon, you can discard one water monster from your graveyard to the graveyard, add one level 3 water monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Mermail Abyss Spike once per turn, which I'm guessing whatever the level 3 Mermail is pretty good. Oh, triple Creeps into Wink Explosion right after that last psychedelic triples. This one has a yellow Gallant and Yugi Bam. Oh, it's a spell, so it's a UA Stadium. Great Spirits. Once per turn during your main phase, you can flip this card into face down defensive position. When this card is flipped summoned, you can switch the original attack and defense of one face-up Earth monster on the field until the end of this turn. Meh. Another Metabo Shark, and it is Gemini Spark instead. Tribute 1, level 4 Gemini, then target one card on the field destroyed, and if you do, draw a card. So, what is this? This is a... This is a -1, I think. Is this a -1? It might just be a break even? No, because it's... I think it's a -1. It's 2 cards to kill 1 monster, plus, though you're getting a +1. So it's a 0, because you're breaking even. Because you're wasting 2 to kill 1, but then you're gaining a card, which is a +1, so I think this is a 0. So this card isn't actually that great. Unless you have a Gemini monster that wants to be killed. Goblin Fan. There's probably is some comboing, because I think there is some graveyard Gemini summoning stuff you can do with Gemini, so that might be fun. Goblin Fan. Mermail Abyss Gunde. Finally! This is the only Mermail I cared about because how cute, I guess, quote unquote, it is. It's the only one I wanted. If this card is discarded to the graveyard, you can target 1 Mermail monster in your graveyard, except Mermail Abyssgundi. Especially when that target, you can only use the effect of Mermail Abyssgundi once per turn. So, does this work with Dark World Dealings? No, Dark World Dealings discard Abyssgundi Special summon your abyss, your big abyss boy, or your big mermaid boy, I guess. Oh, another Aquarian set. We almost have our abysses, our abyss actress, or not, whatever they're called, the aqua actresses. Meru Gulungulate? Gulungulate? That's weird. I guess this is Gulungulate. Like, you have Ghoul, you have Lung, for some reason, and then Undulate, I'm assuming, so Gulungulate. Maybe the Lung is just not there. There's no reason for me to say the Lung part. It's just the word Ghoul and Undulate, so Gulungulate. So in each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send one Iron Core to the graveyard, or reveal Zombie. If a Koiki Meru monster you control would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can remove from play one Meru monster in your graveyard instead. This is a 1 cost 25. Goblin Fan and Mermail Abyss Sturge. When this card is normal special summon, you can discard one water monster to the graveyard, then target one level 3 or lower water monster in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. You only use the effect of Mermail Abyss Sturge once per turn. Come on, hit me up with the freaking Aqua Actresses, man. I need another Guppy. We got Cyclone Boomerang, Abyss Squall, another Doki Doki. Okay, cool. I completely forgot about that card. We need more Doki Dokis. I need one more Guppy, I need one more Arowana. We need 2 more of the... I forgot its name. Starts with an L, maybe? Tetra actually starts with a T. Bubble Shuffle, Great Spirit, and another ultra rare that is Galaxy Cyclone. Target one set spell, a trap card on the field, destroy it during your main phase, except the turn this card was in the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up spell, a trap card on the field, destroy it. You only use the effect of Galaxy Cyclone once per turn. So I think this is a +1. It says break even, because the 1-for-1 trade initially, but banishing it from your graveyard means nothing. That's 0. It's getting 2 uses out of 1 card to get rid of another face-up or spell or trap card. So you could use this against Amazonas, because they could screw you over, and you try to use this on Amazon's Onslaught. They use Amazon's Onslaught so it doesn't get destroyed, but then you can then further destroy it as a face-up once it's in the graveyard. So this is actually a +1. Triple Creep. Blue Glint, you get face. Mirror of the Ice Barrier. There we go. We got 2 of those. We just need 1 more. Bubble Shuffle and Summon Eater. When this card is flipped face up, target one face-up monster on the field. Destroy that target. Wow. I didn't really realize this card was that strong. He's an Aqua type. So, we actually got a lot of like specials out of that. Supers and Ultras. Nothing I wanted, though. We still need another Aqua Actress. We still need 2 more Tetras, and we need 1 more Guppy. And we only have 200 gems left. We need another Doki Doki as well. So we got 1 Snowman Eater, 1 Abyss Spike, 1 Gemini Spark, and 1 Galaxy Cyclone. This isn't too bad, but I actually just want garbage. Like, I want the... I'm not saying Aqua Actresses are garbage, but in the grand scheme of things, I just want rares and normals. Assuming that some of them are just normals. So yeah, that's kind of annoying that I don't have a full set after all those gems spent. 4 packs left. We're gonna have to go back into it. Spent all that time getting these gems, but these boxes are just so dense. Goblin Fan, Rage of the Deep Sea, and Acid Cloud. Triple Creep, no Glint though. First Return, Play Charge, Meru Prototype. Triple Creeps again. No Glint though. Mudball, do a Playmaker and Atlas, and last but not least, nothing. Please have Aqua Actresses in it. Goblin Fan, Bubble Illusion, and at least it was my favorite Mermail. Another Abyss Gunde. Man, now we're gonna open up another one of these. This is 44 minutes. Ugh. 44 minutes of opening, and we didn't get enough to play any archetype. We didn't get enough Mermails. We didn't get enough. We didn't even get enough Atlanteans. I don't even remember seeing them any Atlanteans either. We didn't get enough Atlanteans. We didn't get enough Aqua Actresses. We didn't get enough UAs. I'm pretty sure I said Mermails, but we'll say Mermails again. Like Christ. That was terrible. That was all over the place. We got some ice barrier stuff. I appreciate that at least. We actually had a playset of the shock troopers and 2 of the general Raiho, which is fine because he's a tribute summon and I don't really want 3 of a tribute, so having only 2 is fine. So actually, the only thing that was usable was the ice barrier stuff because I have a whole bunch of ice barrier stuff as is. I would have liked a 3rd mirror of the ice barrier, but that's fine, I guess. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Since all I want is the Aqua Actresses. 2 more Tetras, 1 more Guppy, 1 more Arowana. Oh well. But like I was doing back in the day, I'll show off the deck on the current character that is loaded, which is the Magnet Warrior deck. We got 1 Valkyrian because I only own 1 Valkyrian, yeah. 3 Deltas, 2 Gammas because I only own 2 Gammas. 3 Alphas, 3 Betas, a Wasteland for the rock boost, Trimid Pulse, which is actually pretty good with Delta, because Delta banishes, right? Yeah, you banish, after you got 3 of these guys in there, you banish them when Delta dies to summon Valkyrian. Then you can use Release from Stone to get them back, or you can use Trimid Pulse to banish them once they're in the graveyard, and then bring them back with Release from Stone. So I think I actually have I only have 2 of those. I have a 3 set of these cards, these of the Pulses, but I only have 2 Release from Stones, but I would only run it this way anyways. But yeah, I think this is a pretty decent Magnet Warrior deck, and we have the Ties that Bind. Though running something that probably buffs Earth is probably better with Bastion, because he has the Earth. I think he has the Earth one, or does he? Actually, I don't think he does. If there's anyone who buffs Earth, then you probably would want to go with them, but I think this deck's decent. It's at least organized. I like how organized it is compared to my usual decks, because I kind of like to run the same cards in a lot of decks. I wish it was organized properly. Type. Yeah, there we go. Because I like to run 1 Wall of D, the only one of Wall of D I have, the 1 Widespread Ruin that I have, the 1 Dust, is it Dust Tornado? Yeah, 1 Dust Tornado that I have, pretty much, so it just looks all scattered. But here, we have a playset of Deltas, a playset of Alphas, a playset of Betas, 2 Gammas, 2 Wastelands, 2 Pulses, 2 Stone, Release from Stones, and 2 Common Charities. The Common Charities is draw 2 cards and remove from play 1 normal monster card from your hand, which again combos with Release from Stone, so it's draw 2, dump 1 of these, get him back with Release from Stone. So it's not too bad. I think it's a decent deck. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. Tune to the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment is due. See ya.